I'm asked occasionally for my tips about being a dungeon master. Generally speaking, I'm reluctant to answer this because I can give you my tips, but they are not the only tips, and you will read other people's ideas on here that are brilliant and totally different to mine. So please don't listen to this and think, oh yeah, Galen's told me to do that. Part of the fun of being a dungeon master, and the fun that we found in the early part of the game, was not knowing. We didn't know how to be good dungeon masters, and we weren't. We were terrible. But through discovering what it meant to be a dungeon master, we learned. You know, a person who never made a mistake, never made anything, they say, don't they? So, have a go. I can direct you the way I go, but read some of the comments about this, because you'll see there are many, many people disagree with me, and there are many, many people who have fantastic ways of tackling dungeons, and you pick, choose, and create your own. Be your own person. That's all I can say really about that introduction. So, following on from that, my first rule is be yourself. Just be you. You don't need anyone telling you what to do. Be yourself. Run your sort of game. It might not be like anyone else's ever in the world. That's a plus. It's not a minus. If you are coming up with a unique game, pat yourself on the back. Well done. You do not want to be like anybody else. That's the thing you should strive to avoid. Number 2, and this is, I think, probably the rule, and I'm sure everyone agrees with this. I can't imagine why you wouldn't. Everyone playing the game needs to enjoy it. Need to have fun. Need to want to come back. Because if they don't, who are you going to have your games with? If you frighten everybody away or bore everybody stupid, they're not going to play. I think you're going to be left on your own. I've got people that I have in my ongoing game that have been with me right from the very start in 1977-78 and are still playing. You need to read your players. Know who your players are. Know what they want out of the game. You might not know when you start, but you can read the situation. I feel personally, and I know there are other dungeon masters who will disagree with this, and they've every right to, and I know why they do it, and that what they do is absolutely fantastic. I'm just telling you what I do. I like variety. I like there to be as many traps, non-player characters, treasure, monsters, codes, puzzles, ciphers, tricks, and if you find a code, I tick that off, and I don't write another code in another room till I've done all the other possible things that you might find. Sometimes you might find more than one, so you might find a secret door, tick. It might be trapped, tick. You might have to open it by solving a puzzle, tick. You know, so they don't have to be, oh, here's a room, what's in it? A trap. Oh, here's another room, what's in it? Oh, a monster. Every now and again you can miss a couple out just to throw the situation. But I like there to be codes. I like problems to solve. I've got players who like that sort of detective work. I've got players who like solving riddles and codes and puzzles and word games. I've got players who like bashing things. And I've got to balance all of that as the game goes along. And you've got to keep it moving. You don't want players to get disaffected. So if it gets too long-winded or an experienced player starts to dominate, the new players are going to get fed up. This is my final idea. Make sure in your game there are parts of the game that every single player has to take a turn in solving. You don't have to tell them that. Maybe you've got a halfling in the party. Have a crevice or a hole that only the halfling can get through. And if some mouthy wizard thinks they can blow a hole in it and everybody sneaks through, punish them. Throw a secret dice behind your screen. Say it's a fumble and turn him into a, I don't know, a rat-eating chocolate mouse. I don't know. But do something nasty to him. Make his ears fall off. His hat fall over his eyes. You're the Dungeon Master, you can do what you like. But make sure every player, at whatever experience level, has something that only they can solve. Which is why I like players having very specific tasks like we had in the olden days. Make sure all the players, youngest, oldest, newest, most experienced, all have something to do that no one else can interfere with, so they get to say what they want to say. Keep the team engaged. Make sure people feel it's their game. They all own the game, and they all have a vested interest in making the game and the world work. That, I think, is probably as much as I want to say about tips. Yeah. So, all I'm going to say after that is, ta-ra, Chuck.